What's going on, everybody? This is GWReborn here today, doing a video with the new Elite Ritualist spell. So the weapon spells are really commonly known to be used on the Ritualist, but a lot of people really don't realize how critical this new Elite spell that Guild Wars launched, the Weapons of Three Forges. So the Weapons of Three Forges is really beneficial for the Alliance in general for all your allies, because if you think about it, if you haven't already looked into it, this spell will be able to support all of your allies in your party within earshot, as well as all of your minions and any other support mechanism like summoning stones. The only thing it doesn't support is allied spirits. I think that's what it clarifies in the wiki. But this is the build that I'm using on the, as you can see in the video. So I made a restoration, healing, support, weapon spell build for my Ritualist. So of course you're going to want to be a Ritualist for this because it requires spawning. And I'm just going to be doing RAS Mines, if that's how you pronounce it, as a Luxon farm as I do this, just to demonstrate the build. So keep in mind that if you guys ever want to have hero builds, just go ahead and check out the playlist on my channel, Hero Builds playlist. I'll also put a link in the description of that playlist so you can get your hero setups of 3, 5, and 7. So if you haven't checked those out, I highly recommend it. Have a couple of options. So the concept of this build is to literally spam your elite as much as possible. And one nice thing that you can see as a perk on this is, if I'm showing you right now, the weapon spells are showing like 11 seconds, 9 seconds, 5 seconds, but you notice that with the spawning power additional boost as well as this elite, it actually contradicts that time interval time frame. So if a weapon spell normally would last, let's say 5 or 7 seconds like it states, but when you cast this elite it lasts longer than that on your allies. So this is really a big gamble spell, but it can be a really big benefit, especially when you go into high tier farms like the Deep and Urgoz as well with a 12-man team. Imagine putting a weapon spell every 10 seconds on every ally without having to manually click each person individually. And of course it's a gamble because you don't know what you're going to be expecting to get from it, but there's a lot of different benefits for it. So another thing that people didn't realize, maybe if you check out in wiki, if you look into the weapon spells area, so a target can only have one weapon spell active at a time, but with this elite it seems like there's an overlap to where it overrules that. So it seems like at times you might see somebody, one of my heroes actually, the Ritualist for example, have more than one weapon spell because it owns its one as well. So I think that is another contradict thing that I've noticed in this. It's pretty interesting to see that. And also weapon spells, the duration lasts longer as your spawning power increases. So that's kind of why you want to use this as a Ritualist as well. So the only other thing I can think of to maybe improve this build is try it out with spirits instead. So you just run this with a group of spirits. It's just depending on what type of concept you're looking at doing with your Ritualist and PvE, or just in general fun concept build. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. I'm just going to spend a couple more minutes toying around with my build as I do this Luxon farm I do sometimes for fun. And of course, everybody knows Ritualist has the SOS Spirit Spam, the Signet skill that everybody uses for SOS. But you don't really have to worry about that with this build. This is more of an overall heal support concept Ritualist build for your party instead of worrying about spirits. But you could always tweak it to add spirits in it. But for this video, the concept is all about supporting your whole party. And it's really nice to see that, if you'll see later in this video, all of the minions are also getting the weapon spell. So imagine having 15-20 minions. Every single minion in your earshot range also gets those spirits. So it's a really nice perk. It's just a gamble because you're not sure which spell everybody's going to get. But highly recommend to give it a shot. Anybody that's used to doing just the normal spirit way spams with the Ritualist, go ahead and try this elite out and see how you can go. Maybe cut out a monk and add in another damage roll, and you can just go as a Ritualist heal support instead of going spirit spammer. So that's all I got for this video. Stay tuned for more elite skill build farms as well as concepts like this with the other elites from Guild Wars. And I'll see y'all next time. Subscribe if you haven't, and hope you enjoyed.